Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we're doing crafts, and this crafts is elephants, but sheep.
Tonight we're going to be turning this dollar store elephant into a woolly mammoth to go along with our winter crafts.
So this is one we made. We haven't finished it yet. We're just gonna paint it, and yeah.
Basically, we take the elephant and we do our usual Miliput coating to give it fur.
Now the fur is going to be different. Also, I'm
Yeah, more-
aware that this isn't enough fur for a woolly mammoth,
We are running out
but
of,
we're running out of Miliput.
yeah, we need to get some this weekend. I based it on, again, a Pringles lid.
Like we
And
usually do for bigger things.
yeah, I didn't have a base big enough. And then I cut out a circle of foam core, glued it in there, glued some rocks, coated it with the Miliput. He did his fur effect. And the tusks are also Miliput. Actually, the tusks are green stuff. And I discovered or came up with a trick to help when making them.
You put super glue on them.
Yes, after I attached them to the face of the woolly mammoth, they were drooping, and I just couldn't hold it still for, the hour or two it needed to. And I know they're not the best, but I'm hoping to do better on the next one. But I added a really light coat of super glue onto the
Well, it's
tusks.
not visible now.
Yeah, it's a little bumpy, but I can file that off.
Also, its
And
height, we
it-
added
Oh, yeah.
small
Yeah, you're right.
amounts of
Foam core
underneath each foot.
Give them some platform shoes.
Yes. Also to give it a, I guess,
More height.
yeah.
We'll also be adding a little bit more Miliput later to cover that up. And then we'll add a snow coating on the base to also hide the foam core to make it look like he's trudging through the snow, but is taller than just a basic elephant, which we hope is roughly a nice scale. They appear to be pretty huge in comparison to our 28 millimeter miniatures. And he's going to be starting the paint with a, what is that? Monster brown for the base coat, and
Mummy robes are going to be
the tusks.
tusks.
Then he's going to do a dry brush over the wool.
Shouldn't we do the
Yeah, you're right.
wash first?
After the monster brown, we'll hit it up with a dark tone wash
And then maybe a light dry brush
with,
to add lighting effects.
and
Well,
then
not lighting, but
just to make the fur, multicolored. And we will be also adding some Valhalla Blizzard to the base and parts of the actual woolly mammoth to look like he's, got some snow on him.
so
But
while
for
I paint him,
I will
he
be,
will be adding the Miliput, which we might not be able to have enough of.
Yeah,
I don't think we should spray him, like spray paint him, until we get more Miliput, so we can actually do
a better
woolly
job.
mammoth. Also, it's obvious, but ears, cut
Oh,
the
yeah,
ears
yeah.
off. And
Yeah,
then-
I forgot about that.
yeah, cut the ears off, because I believe in a lot of pictures, woolly mammoth's ears aren't as big. Which I
Yes,
guess makes
that's
sense.
right. I forgot I did that.
And then you replace them with green stuff. I guess Miliput could work, but we use green stuff, or he used green stuff
yeah, just because
to shorten the ears.
and because again we're running low on Miliput, so I had to do some things. We're also going to add some more. Did I say that already?
Yes.
Down on the feet to disguise that.
Yes.
So while he's painting that, I'm going to
I'm pretty sure at least you can say it. I don't.
I'm going to coat this
Okay,
this
that's fine.
elephant with Miliput, so you can see how the little guy does the fur effect, because he's done this on several pieces.
But this is going to be a bit different. Than our
Yeah,
usual fur
that's
effect.
why I want to get this done, so you can show them your new technique for making the hair look longer and scraggly instead of like we did with the.
Should I add water to it?
Yeah,
But just a little.
yeah,
Like just.
about 4 or 5 brushfuls. I'm guessing would be enough.
Is that enough?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we wanted to run into those cracks, even though the wash is going to do the same thing. We still want to get it down in there, so we don't have little white spots showing up. And don't rush it, because I got to catch up to you.
Okay. It's almost too watery now.
That's okay. Start at the top and let it flow down. We still have to mix this up.
By the way, as much as I think that Miliput is really good, I'm going on another rant, but as much as I think Miliput is really good, I hate working with it sometimes. I really hate working on it sometimes.
Well, you know, I feel the opposite.
Really?
Having worked with green stuff today, it stays very hard after it's not as soft as Milliput to work with, but it still does the drooping effect that I hated. That's why I had to put the super glue.
Wait, so you don't like working? You like working with Miliput, but you don't like working with green stuff?
Well, green stuff is less pliable.
What do you mean less pliable?
It's not very soft after you've worked it. Maybe it's the weather here, but it takes a lot to. You know, the learning curve is steeper than with the Milliput. It's going to take me a while.
So you like Miliput better?
For some things, the things we've been doing, I can see how green stuff would be better for sculpting more hard edges and more solid looking items, but the Milliput seems to, you know, just be a little bit more easy to work with your fingers, and they both have a sticky quality that maybe there's some sort of grease or oil or lotion we can put on our hands to make it less likely to stick to your hands. But I really had issues with it today, making the ears and the tusks. The tusks were very, very difficult.
Yeah, but the reason I don't like working with Milliput, well, it's not that I don't like working with Milliput, because it is good when it's good, but when it isn't good, it isn't good. Oh, I'm going to try to explain that better. For example, when you're doing fur effects, it wasn't as bad for the Yetis for some reason, or maybe I just don't remember it as much because it was during a video, so like...
You were having problems with getting it to stick to the plastic more than any of the other projects.
On these?
Yeah.
Probably
no.
just the type of plastic?
Yeah, the wrestlers, it was definitely harder to get it to stick. I didn't have much problem with it, but
Well,
it was definitely...
I didn't really have
It
much
didn't
issues
like-
with it, though.
It didn't want to stick.
But
I think your issues were more with the fact that the miniature was falling apart because we used hot glue instead of...
hot glue is good,
But
but it isn't
not for
good.
plastic to plastic.
It's good for other stuff.
Yeah, I think we should have used
Used
super
super
glue. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I really
Or
like-
even, dare I say it,
No, I will not allow you to say
shout
it.
out to Dave. You know what we're talking about, your favorite glue.
Okay, at least you didn't mention it by name.
What?
No, anyways, back to the Milliput.
I'm
Back
going
to...
to cut off these ears before I get too ahead of myself.
Oh, yeah, you probably should. But back to me complaining about Milliput. I don't like how, like, you put it on. Okay. It isn't that hard to put Milliput on. I mean, sometimes it could be. But once you put it on, or he's almost always the one who puts it on, I'm always the one who
Does the
actually...
hair and fur effects.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I don't have any experience. Well, I do have some experience, but, like, with the spider.
Yeah, that turned out fantastic. So,
The spider?
yeah.
Yeah, the spider's good. But, like, once you put it on, there's probably a lot of issues with putting it on as well. But my issues come from the actual process of cutting it to make the fur effect. No, I didn't have this issue. I said it right the first time. I didn't have this issue with the spider for some reason, or at least not to my knowledge. Maybe I did, but it was in video,
It was a
so
long time ago.
yeah, it was actually. It's kind of weird. But yeah, it was. So once so with that one, like, it wasn't that it wasn't that difficult for some reason. but probably it probably had something to do with the spider and how it was a skeleton spider, which I have my own issues with.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
I've had issues with that for a long time, even since I was like, when was it when we got that? Like the original one?
Last year?
No,
The year before?
no, it was like more than that.
Like 2019?
What did I say? No, remember the one that was completely flat?
Oh, yeah, that was
That was-
terrible. That was a terrible skeleton.
Yeah, but it was cool at the time.
Yeah, you were younger than...
Well, anyways, yeah, that one because it had like a rib cage thing. There was like holes. Maybe that made it easier, but I actually put it on that time. It actually should have been harder now that I think about it. Or did we add? I don't even remember what we did actually. I might wanna. It doesn't matter. But back to these. I was originally, when I was putting it on, well, I didn't put it on, but when I was cutting it, it was good, but sometimes I would just tear huge chunks of it off, and then trying to put it back on, because I would either have to put it back on and flatten it to get it to actually stick, which would flatten it, which make me have to do it all over again, or I would just barely, push it, but I would barely, push it back on.
Go ahead and do the trunk as well.
Okay. I would just barely push it back on. So I had to do that part again, which would sometimes result in it detaching again, which was just not good. And it happened a lot, which is why I don't like working with Miliput much. But, I mean, it is good at what it does. It's just kind of hard to work with sometimes. But, I mean, maybe green stuff's worse. I don't actually know. So, shouldn't we do the mouth, like its own color?
Yeah, we can skip that if you want.
Whatever. But, yeah, I would recommend, I would almost recommend buying an entire, set of Miliput before working on this, because it's going to require a lot if you want to do it right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure even the trunks are supposed to have a...
Fur?
Yeah, right?
I don't remember. I think so. But...
I could just look it up.
Yeah,
It wouldn't be hard.
I looked up a lot of different...
I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. It would just...
mammoths, but I didn't... I was focusing more on the ears and their height to make sure we got the right scale. Because I really wanted them to be bigger. I was hoping to actually find larger elephants to start with, but this is all I could find, and after searching, and I finally found some at the Dollar Tree for $1 each. I was very happy, and they were bigger than the ones we were working with. You gonna look up right now?
Yeah. Okay, apparently there are 9 to 11 feet, but that isn't really important to what I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, first, you are kind of right about the horn shape, but, or
Tusks.
tusk shape. But...
They are unusual.
Okay, I'm not, I mean, again, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just a drawing or painting, but...
Yeah, I thought they were much taller than that for some reason. I used to have these dinosaur models and caveman models. I know they didn't exist at the same time, but when I was a kid, my father got a lot of these dinosaur model kits from...
Well, either way, in this image, which,
and I could have
again...
swore they were just humongous,
and I'm pretty sure there are actual, frozen ones,
like
so
20
it isn't
feet
that
tall
hard
or something.
to actually, know what they actually really look like. Okay, I'm not sure, but yeah, at least in this picture,
Yeah.
they are completely covered in fur, even,
Oh, okay.
it's like the trunk and all that.
Why do I have so much more of the yellow than the other color? That's weird.
What?
The Miliput, look, I've been mixing it.
Wait, what? Mixing?
Well, not evenly mixing it. How's that?
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. But yeah. So, you should probably try to get some on the trunk.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the parts.
But it isn't the most important because the texture, you can kind of like...
Fake it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do the other one. I mean, obviously you shouldn't do like certain parts of it because I don't think that would be there, like the underside of the tusk and like, well, maybe. I actually don't know for sure. But yeah, they did have fur in a lot more places than this one does.
Yeah.
But we didn't have enough and we wanted to save it for the video. In fact, when making the molds, that's where we used up almost all of it. Also, if you're using the molds, we did have a few issues. Like, some of them turned out really bad. Others did turn out really good.
Yeah,
So it's still a good product. It's just... I mean, I think it actually has a lot to do with the Miliput. I think that there's better things to use instead of Miliput. I'm not sure if you can use plaster. I'm not sure if that would be better.
I think one of the mistakes we made was
Taking it out
Yeah, we're gonna go in
for the video.
when we
Which
do-
it worked for the video, and at least one of them turned out pretty good.
Yeah, when we do the dragon this weekend, we'll really go into more depth and detail on how we and what mistakes we made with that product. But we're still experimenting with it. We've only technically used it twice or 3 times.
Yeah, if you're counting the snail octopus guy.
Snail.
It's an octopus in a shell. Except it's not an octopus because it has a separate head. They don't have... What, he's licking the floor.
Our dog is being a dog.
I mean, it's not as bad as eating a pencil.
Yeah, our dog ate a pencil the other day.
Though he didn't eat it, but he was chewing on it.
He chewed it and disintegrated it.
No, the pieces were on the floor.
Well, yeah.
It still existed. I just don't know what would make any living being see a pencil. Like, I know dogs... I'm pretty sure dogs can't see some color. And... Like, I know they can't see red and maybe... I think they can see a bit of yellow. But maybe something else. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure they can't see red. But even then, it was blue and purple. Which means that they at least saw a blue stick. Why would you want to eat a blue rod? Like, you probably smelled that it was a stick. But also, I'm pretty sure pencils, if they smell like anything, like the pencil lead is also something that you would smell, not just the wood. And I'm pretty sure dogs are known for having good smell. But just because you have good smell doesn't mean you should ignore your eyes.
Yeah. Well, he's not the brightest crayon in the box.
Well, I mean, in some situations he actually is.
Yeah.
In others, he is not at all. Like this one, but, yeah. It's starting to look okay already. And it's, like, barely anything.
Yeah, I like it. And the wash will...
Make it look a lot better, obviously.
Yeah. Liquid talent. What do you think?
Yeah, but you should... Is that all?
No, I've got a little bit left. I'm going to work my way down on the legs.
Okay, do I just wash it out in here?
Yeah.
Also, could I put on the Miliput? Like, there are some things I don't think are as important as others that you kind of worked on.
Okay.
Would I leave this?
Here, give it to me. I'm going to actually... That's all I've got mixed up. There's a little bit more left if you think you need it, but...
I'm going to attempt to split this. Because I think the trunk is actually an important thing that you left out.
Okay. Try to get that last leg if you can.
I don't think I can. But I think... I mean, we're going to add more eventually.
I'm going to wash my hands real quick because I get this stuff all over and it's making it hard to work with that stuff.
But, yeah. So anyways... But, yeah. yeah, this actually is a bit more than I originally thought it would be. So, I don't know what to talk about right now. Well, also. Oh wow, I'm surprised I have this much left.
You got enough?
Not only do I have enough for the trunk, but I might even have enough for the last leg.
Well, you should have started with the last leg.
Well, I saw the trunk is more important.
Okay. Let's take a look at this.
I probably can't finish. Do you think this is good? Once it,
Yeah. The front needs a little work though.
the front of it?
Yeah, just to.
Remove it?
No, well.
No, I feel like I would.
Yeah, because I really like that weird texture on the underside of the trunk, that sort of scaliness that they have.
Not really scaly.
I don't know what to call it though. Yeah, but
It's
that
not really
that weird
scales at all.
pattern.
Just lines.
Let me see this.
I mean, yeah, not that many animals have it. That is true.
I don't know what to call it, but
You know, I don't know why, but for some reason you just reminded me of those one things that I forgot the name of. Platypus.
yes.
And this barely has anything to do with the video, but the very strange creatures. If I'm thinking of the right thing.
The
Ducks with fur.
lay
Yet are
egg-
somehow mammals.
and lay eggs.
Yet are also
Yeah, I
very
think this is
bird-like.
too. I think it's too wet still.
Really? Yeah, I don't think you should have started working on that.
I just wanted to check it. I can.
Well, yeah, the reason why we did it the way we did was
You want to what?
just,
Start doing the fur?
yeah, why not? But yeah, I guess this is like,
Explain to them how you do
yeah,
that
this
again.
is a good time to show how you do it. You don't just do it like this, like last time, no. You want to have it go down all the way. Just have one strip go down all the way to the very bottom. And I might start having issues again. I mean, you can have shorter ones at the top, but don't start down there. But yeah, you want it to go all the way down, and also probably like rub off all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you usually want to do that.
If it remains there when we dry brush over it with white, it'll just look like snow.
True.
I was thinking about that earlier. So.
Well, why would we dry brush over white?
Well, after we do the dry brushing with the
Yellow?
the desert yellow, is that what color it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Desert.
Yeah, I know. That's the closest color I could come to without mixing a color, and I want to keep this simple for people. It would look like, snow that's on the animal that has maybe crystallized or just frozen in place and, has little chunks here and there. I'm going to put some of the Valhalla and Blizzard on it anyways.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's really the only reason why we go to the Games Workshop store.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that in the video?
No.
I think we did.
Well, maybe.
In the snow effects video. I'm pretty sure we did. We talked about how bad that was.
Yeah, it's really sad that they'll only let one person in at a time, and
Like, not just one group, no. A single person.
yeah, it's really not fair to them.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really a fault of the guy working there. But either way.
No, it's
Well, either way. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
the fur,
Yes.
the wool.
But yeah, you want to also start in the middle, and then maybe as you're getting to the back, you
So
want
kind
to,
of like a part, like he parts his hair. It does kind of look that way.
I guess. Also, by the way, I'm not sure if you can tell. You know what? I don't actually want to point that out.
Okay. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
I'll tell you later.
okay. Sorry, guys. You're not in a hurry. Do it, you know.
I don't know. It might actually be better to wait a bit for it to dry.
No,
The paint to dry, I mean.
Well, I did when I was doing the ears, I went ahead and tried to texture them. It didn't turn out very well. I mean, it turned out okay, but then when I spray painted, the texture disappeared, so I should have done it a little rougher like you did.
Yeah, for some reason the second one always, it seems like it isn't as good.
No, that's not true. Look at the Yetis.
I mean, the second side.
Oh.
Like, it doesn't look as...
Because we do learn from our mistakes. I've already learned things doing this second woolly mammoth from the first one.
I know, it just doesn't look as... You know, screw it, I will mention it in this video.
Oh, don't grab it by the antlers.
I was trying to grab it. Oh yeah, I should have grabbed it by the base.
Yeah.
That was a dumb decision.
Tell them what you're talking about.
I'm just gonna point out very quickly. See this side, a lot of lines. Might actually be wrong. It's reversed. I actually can't tell anymore, but it is noticeable.
How's what the first side was better? And
Yeah, like for some reason the first
I
side
think
looked
you were
a
getting
lot.
impatient
I think that's the case as well.
because I can see that happening now. You're trying to rush it, and you can't really rush something like this. I know we'll probably only use these miniatures
Never.
a couple of times. Oh no, I already have at least 2 ideas when and where to use them.
I mean, they're just kind of wild animals.
Yeah, but I've seen them used in gaming situations. I saw that guy.
This is why I hate working with Miliput.
Because you were.
I was actually trying to be quite patient. I was actually
You
trying to
know
be
what I
patient.
mean is you maybe should be a little more gentle and not so quick. And
That is also accurate, but I was trying to be slower, and then it didn't
just
work.
move on.
Fine.
Don't worry about that stuff. Move on.
I have a reason.
But you're going to recycle that stuff?
Yes.
There's not much of it to work with. I don't think it's enough.
It's a small patch.
We can always go back over it.
There.
Just go back to the main side. Leave that back end alone. It looks like it's gonna.
You know, I'm gonna just ignore that.
Yeah, I can just cover the entire back end with more Miliput and really cover it better. The sides work better, and we can go over it. We still have to wait for this to dry before we can paint it, and that won't be in this video.
Well, obviously.
Gentle. I can see you pulling the Miliput off the body. No, you keep going into the same spot.
Yeah, that's an issue that
Yeah,
I try to avoid.
One pass and then move on.
It's because sometimes it like falls into it.
Yeah, but you were like almost cutting it.
Yeah, that's not. That wasn't
Move
intentional.
on. See? Just move on. And not so deep. Not so deep. It doesn't have to be that deep. Because you still want to move over to the head.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Gentle. Because it's going to do the same thing if it did it on the left side. It'll do it on the right. Because it looks good. So you gentle and push it back in. Yeah. Because there were some sides on here that you could actually see the gray coming through. But after I spray painted it, you can't really find it.
Because it all turns the same color?
Well, it blends in together.
So?
Go on over to the face. And maybe, here's another thought, use the other end of the toothpick. It may have gotten dull in this process.
Maybe.
And not so, you're in no hurry.
I know, I'm not sure what...
Just gentle and don't go all the way to the plastic. It's still going to leave lines, and it doesn't have to be as pronounced as the sides, because I noticed on their faces it seemed to be like shorter hair, therefore it's not as pronounced.
How about you to not get in their eyes?
Yeah. Okay, move on to the other side. That looks good.
I almost dropped that.
Yeah. Move on to the other side of the face, so that way you can let the trunk, dry or stick to the face a little more.
You think it's dry?
I'm just using up what's on the palette to see if it is.
Well, an issue is I'm not sure where to hold it anymore.
Yeah, I see that.
For some reason, yeah. Well, actually, I know exactly why. Because it's
It
gonna
pushes the fur down.
No, also, well, yeah, but because like I need to hold it somewhere just to keep it balanced.
Yeah. Try the leg that you didn't work on.
What do you mean? I've done all
The
the
one where
legs.
your left hand is on.
Well, the only thing I can think of is like this. Okay, I think I've.
Let's see.
Never
That
mind.
That looks good.
Oh wait, I forgot. There's one part,
Oh yeah.
and now it might be.
Very difficult to handle.
Yeah, just to hold it.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I knew that. I was just saying, but also it actually isn't. As I think about it, unless. Okay, never mind.
What do you think?
Looks good, but I think you might want to. I mean, I was thinking
You
of.
want to do the trunk?
Yes.
And then we'll call it a night?
Mhm.
No, just the one half.
Okay.
And it's not going in that one little, right there. I tried and tried and it just didn't want to stick.
Where?
Right there, it just didn't want to stick in the ear for some reason. Maybe gravity was not our friend. Okay, that looks good.
There.
And just do half.
Not only half.
Well, because that's all
Fine.
we always do that, like with the bridge and the spider. We do half and they get half shot and then they have to come back at the end of the month to see the finished product.
Well, it still won't be the finished product.
Well, the Sunday show-off show.
it would still. I mean, it wouldn't be the finished product if we did all the wash.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We're still gonna do that.
Well, either way, do I wash this off?
Yeah, just drop the notes. I can't get after the video. What do you think, folks? I think they're going to turn out pretty good. Got a little bit of a mess to clean up tonight. So that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you get some use out of these for your D&D games or other games, maybe Pulp Cthulhu or something like that. Let us know what you think in the comments section. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you Sunday when we paint up the gargantuan white dragon, right? Right. Say goodnight, sport. You know the internet always wins.
Good night.
Have a great weekend, everybody.